What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be putting on my new Alpha X headlights onto my tow rig right here, Carrie. So we're going to be taking out the stock ones and installing the new Nova series headlights with the projectors. And I'm so excited because anyone that has a 4th gen with these headlights knows that they are like using an iPhone flashlight to see. And it's just so much not fun. So I'm super excited to have them upgraded so I can actually see the road at night. Yay! And they just look freaking badass in fire. And look how huge they are. I feel so little next to him. I'm like, wow. All right, anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get started into the install. Alrighty, so the first step that you're gonna have is taking off the grill. So this is my aftermarket grill, but it's attached the same way that yours would be. And there is 4 10mm all along the top. So we're gonna go ahead and take those out, and then I'll show you on the bottom clips where you just gently pull out on those, and then this whole grill assembly comes off. Mine is light up, so I already disconnected the electrical down there. So I just got to take out my mounting bolts and then it'll come off. So this is the clip that you're going to pull out from with the grill. So that way y'all have a visual of it. Make sure that this little like lip over piece doesn't break off when you pull out on it as well. And it just kind of, this is where it was in at. So you just kind of got to pull it out from there. So from there, I'll show y'all right here. This is the top mounting one, and then this is your bottom mounting slash adjuster. So you got to take those out next. So I was in the middle of editing this video and I forgot to add in the part of how to release the headlight. So on the inside of the wheel well, you have this little like flap right there on the front. You just have to pull that flap out. And then on the inside, there is a white tab that you have to pull down to release the back of the headlight. The white tab looks like this. Okie dokie. I forgot to video that. I did that, but I completely forgot to video it, and I don't know why I'm this way. But I wanted to be sure to add that so that y'all weren't breaking the tab by pulling the ever-living crap out of the headlight. Okay, carry on. Okay. Okay. And there's your connector. Ta-da! Stock one out. Okay, so yes, this is mid-video, and it's crazy that I like changed my clothes and took off all my nails, but that's because we're like a week later. So what had happened was, once I got to this step of unhooking this harness, I realized that I was missing the extra harnesses. So I had to wait for those to come in. But now that they're here, I can actually finish the video. So that is why I'm on a different t-shirt and I don't have my claws on because I already took them off. So make sure that if you have this type of harness, you get these adapters. Otherwise, you'll have the same issue I had and not be able to drive your vehicle around. I mean, luckily I had another vehicle, so I didn't have to put it all back together. But yes, just make sure you have these. So then from there, it's essentially plug and play for the most part, because on this side, that attaches on the truck side, and all of these goodies attached to the headlight. So let me kind of get this all organized and connected to show y'all the step-by-step process with that. Okie dokie, so the instruction manuals that they have online are for the older model Rams, so it was really hard to find any manuals that actually kind of walked you through the process of those new harnesses that I just showed y'all. So I just kind of had to figure it out, and so I did a rough connect right here to make sure that I'm showing y'all the correct way to do it. The DRL harness is the one that kind of threw me off a little bit, just because there's a couple different butt connectors that I weren't really sure if they were supposed to connect into the aftermarket harness or the DLR harness. So that's what I was trying to kind of figure out. But I will basically show y'all now how I have them wired in, and yeah, give you kind of the light check of what I did to make sure that everything worked with the control stock inside. So basically, I'll just flip the camera around and just show you guys how I hooked everything up. Okay, so I know it kind of looks crazy, but on the back of your headlight, I had to color match the connectors. So on this harness right here, it comes with this one, with this connector, with the gray, red and yellow. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the color. And then this one right here with the white, black, and blue, as well as this like resistor. I didn't even touch this. I just left it like it was. It came like that, and that's how it was. The one that was with the gray, black, and red was actually hooked up to a light socket. This one. So I feel like this is just a extra piece, because this right here is actually wired in on the back side. So I actually just took this off and then plugged it into the existing one that was already on the headlight. So this was on the headlight with this pigtail right here, and this was already connected to the DRL harness. And then I just connected this one over here to the aftermarket harness as well. This one is what kind of confused me a little bit, because I wasn't sure if it was just a ground to this one. And then I saw somewhere that if you wanted the DRL function, you had to connect this one instead. So this was a whole other separate harness that goes up here. So you have these two leads. The shorter one goes to the driver's side, which I hooked up right there. And then this longer one is going to go to the passenger side headlight, which is super long, so I'll route it over there. And then this yellow one that was already connected, I have feeding up through here. And then here is like the other little panel that they have for all of the connections. So I'll mount that probably up there. And then you have a gray wire that goes to the top right here. And I'll show you where I put that one. And then you have your power and you have your ground. So coming up here, they said on the late models to put it in F66. So there was a 10 amp fuse there that I took out already and put this one in its spot. This is the gray one that they have you splice into the fuse box. And then here is your fuse for your DRL function, power, and then ground. This, like I said, this is just like a rough type of setup. I'll have that all tucked away, secured, zip tied, cleaned up, and not tight by any means. So once all of this is inside, then I'll have a lot more room for mobility up here. But that is all how I hooked that up here. And then yeah, so as far as it goes now, it's just a matter of securing everything, making sure nothing's rubbing or getting hot on anything. And yeah, I know this kind of looks confusing, but if you want to just like screenshot a picture of this setup right here so that you have it, then there you go. And yeah, so then that's the driver's side. Also, it came with clear lenses for right here. I'm okay with the amber for now. Eventually, I'll probably end up having these color matched. But for right now, I don't really want to get into having to reseal and bake and all of that jazz. Maybe after SEMA, I'll do that when I have more time. But they did come with a clear lens for right there. So when I do eventually tear it all down to have it color match this satin pearl white color, then I'll change those out as well. But they come stock with the amber. And then this other side, I'll do on TikTok. So, just for like clarity, this is how that extra harness comes already. See how this one down here has that socket attached? I just took the socket part off. So that's the only difference that I did with that. Everything else was the same and was pretty much plug and play. And then this is the back of the headlights. I mean, I guess I could have taken it out of the bag. I suck. But anyways, there's two back there. I already showed you on the other one. This one and then this one. And then you have your white little butt connector right there. So that's where all those go. So now that I kind of have it mounted in there, I have my two bolts in there. Everything's good and nice and tight and even and level. I made sure on the back side to push that tab up that's on the inside of that fender well. And this is everybody's favorite part. Not too shabby. And of course it has the Alpharex in the lens. Super fancy. It looks wonderful. And yeah, I'm super excited to see it with the grill on. But let's give it a little bit of a preview, shall we? Funful. Brights, lows. These are just running lights. Left turn signal. Low beams. Running lights. And then I'll show you the startup sequence again. Once it turns off. Turn off. I think it's, yeah. Okay, so once that's off. So this is the startup sequence it has. It's so fancy. Well, that is all she wrote, folks. This is the new versus the old. Yeah, insanity. I wish there was a way to like show the difference in brightness. It is insane. Actually, hold that thought. Maybe there is. I don't know. We'll see how it looks in the shop. But let me see if there is a way to show you guys the difference. Chop was like freaking out by the door. He's like, Mom, can we just please go home? I mean, it's really hard to see like which one is what, I guess. But let me just set up the camera so you have an idea, I suppose. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna do facing it so you can kind of have an idea of what it looks like. This is stock, this is the Alpha X. So let me go through the sequence so y'all can see them in comparison with beams at dark. So, and then I'll flip it around and show you the wall, which might be an even worse point of view, but it kind of gives you an idea of how bright they are compared to the amber bulbs in that one. So hang on a second. Watch out, Chapel, you're in the way, dude. Those are the high beams. And then, let me close here. Okay. So, those are high beams. These are low beams. Left turn. Right turn. And then that's just like your running lights, essentially. Like, oh my difference. Like, you can't even see me. Look at the difference. Those are just like clearance / marker lights. So, running lights, whatever you want to call it. Craziness. All right, back to low beams. And I'll flip the camera around and show you the wall. Okay, don't mind all my crap that's just like over there on the wall and stuff, okay? Just look at the lights. All right, so this is, what I say, low beams? Okay, low beams. Where's the thingy? Those are the highs on both sides, and that's the low on both sides. And I think it's freaking out right now because of low voltage. Let me put the battery charger on it. It's been sitting in here since I took it out, so it doesn't really surprise me because I've had the key on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off and rock lights on and these lights on and those lights on, and so that doesn't really surprise me considering the fact that I haven't actually ran the truck in like a couple weeks and had all that running, so yeah. What else is new? So let me throw a charger on it and then call it a day. So yeah, there's all your light sequences and all of the cool fun things. I don't remember if I told y'all to remember to adjust them or not, but be sure to do that too. I still have yet to do the other side. Like I had said, I'm going to do that side doing a TikTok video, but when I'm done, you'll see the end result with the grill and all of that put back together on Instagram as well as TikTok. But yeah, so that's kind of how you install it. I just wanted to showcase that. So that would be the end result. But I want to go ahead and post this for y'all because I'm excited about this video. So that's why it's already on here, and that's why I didn't want to wait until I put the grill back on and do the other side and all of the other things because I still have 7 million things to do this week alone, and it's only Tuesday, so yay. And this actually was like pushed back a whole week because I had to wait for those other harnesses. So the TikTok video is only going to take me like 10 minutes to do, especially now that I already have all of the wiring figured out and wired and all of the things. So the other side will take me a lot less time, and I'm not going to be going into anywhere near as much detail as I did in this video. So yes, I don't know why I'm just like spilling my guts out to you guys. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and I hope you enjoy your new Alpha X headlights if you end up getting some. If I do say so myself, I am so excited to try them because it is like driving with like a freaking iPhone flashlight with OEM headlights, and I'm not even being facetious. Like, I'm being dead serious. OEM headlights in the Dodges are trash. They are garbage, and it's so hard to drive at night with them. So that's why I had to add like 24 Banff rock lights as well as FCK LED pods just so I can see at night. But now I'm going to be seen from Mars, so I am so excited, and I'll be able to see in front of me. It's going to be so nice. But anyways, badass. I can't wait till I color match them, but I really like this clean look for now. It's going to be so nice. Okay, bye. Toodles.